Are you ready to unlock your full potential and become the best version of yourself? In this video, we're diving into the philosophy of Stoicism and how it can empower you to conquer challenges, embrace your true potential, and thrive in a world full of uncertainties. Embrace your uniqueness. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change. This includes our unique qualities and traits. Each person is different. This difference is what makes us special. Embracing your uniqueness is the first step towards true self-acceptance. It is about recognizing your strengths and weaknesses. It is about understanding that your journey is yours alone. No one else can walk it for you. Your uniqueness is your power. It sets you apart from everyone else. It is the combination of your experiences, your thoughts, and your actions. When you embrace your uniqueness, you stop comparing yourself to others. You realize that your worth is not determined by external standards. It is determined by your own values and principles. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control. We cannot control how others perceive us. We cannot control the circumstances we are born into. But we can control how we respond to these circumstances. We can control our attitude and our actions. When we embrace our uniqueness, we take control of our lives. We become the authors of our own stories. Your uniqueness is your gift to the world. It is what you bring to the table that no one else can. It is your perspective, your creativity, your passion. When you embrace your uniqueness, you unlock your full potential. You become a beacon of authenticity in a world that often values conformity. Remember, your uniqueness is not a flaw. It is not something to be hidden or suppressed. It is something to be celebrated and cherished. It is the essence of who you are. Embrace it, and watch as your life transforms. You will find that you are more confident, more resilient, and more at peace with yourself. You will find that you are living a life that is true to you. Redefine success. Success is often measured by external achievements. It is seen as wealth, fame, or power. But Stoicism teaches us a different definition of success. It teaches us that true success is internal. It is about living a life of virtue and wisdom. It is about being content with what you have, rather than always striving for more. Redefining success is about shifting your focus from external validation to internal fulfillment. It is about understanding that true happiness comes from within. It comes from living a life that aligns with your values and principles. It comes from being at peace with yourself and the world around you. Stoicism encourages us to let go of our attachment to outcomes. We cannot control the results of our actions, but we can control our intentions and our efforts. When we redefine success, we focus on the process rather than the product. We find joy in the journey, rather than the destination. True success is not about being better than others. It is about being the best version of yourself. It is about growing and learning and evolving. It is about overcoming challenges and rising above adversity. It is about finding meaning and purpose in your life. When you redefine success, you free yourself from the pressure of external expectations. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself to others. You no longer feel the need to chase after fleeting pleasures. You find contentment in the simple things. You find joy in the present moment. Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It is personal and subjective. It is about what brings you fulfillment and happiness. It is about living a life that is true to you. Redefine success, and watch as your life becomes richer and more meaningful. You will find that you are more content, more at peace, and more in tune with your true self. The power of small steps. Stoicism teaches us the importance of taking action. But it also teaches us the value of small steps. Big changes often start with small actions. They start with consistent effort and dedication. They start with the understanding that every journey begins with a single step. The power of small steps lies in their simplicity. They are manageable and achievable. They do not overwhelm us with their magnitude. Instead, they encourage us to keep moving forward. They remind us that progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Small steps build momentum. They create a ripple effect that can lead to significant changes. They help us build habits and routines that support our goals. They help us overcome procrastination and inertia. They help us stay focused and motivated. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control. We cannot control the future, but we can control our actions in the present. We can control our choices and our decisions. When we take small steps, we take control of our lives. We become active participants in our own journey. The power of small steps also lies in their resilience. They are flexible and adaptable. They can withstand setbacks and challenges. They can be adjusted and modified as needed. They help us stay on track, even when the path is uncertain. Remember, small steps are not insignificant. They are the building blocks of great achievements. They are the foundation of lasting change. They are the key to unlocking your potential. Embrace the power of small steps, and watch as your life transforms. You will find that you are more productive, more focused, and more in control of your destiny. Overcome self-doubt. Self-doubt is a common obstacle on the path to personal growth. It is the voice that tells us we are not good enough. It is the fear that holds us back from pursuing our dreams. But Stoicism teaches us that self-doubt is not a reflection of our true worth. It is a challenge to be overcome. Overcoming self-doubt starts with self-awareness. It starts with recognizing the negative thoughts and beliefs that hold us back. It starts with understanding that these thoughts are not facts. They are simply stories we tell ourselves. Stoicism encourages us to challenge our thoughts. We cannot control the thoughts that enter our minds, but we can control how we respond to them. We can choose to believe them, or we can choose to question them. When we overcome self-doubt, we choose to question our negative thoughts. We choose to replace them with positive affirmations. Overcoming self-doubt also requires self-compassion. It requires treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. It requires acknowledging our strengths and accomplishments. It requires forgiving ourselves for our mistakes and failures. Remember, self-doubt is a natural part of the human experience. It is not a sign of weakness or inadequacy. It is a sign that we are stepping out of our comfort zone. It is a sign that we are growing and evolving. Embrace self-doubt as a challenge to be overcome. Use it as fuel for your journey. You will find that you are more confident, more resilient, and more at peace with yourself. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Stoicism teaches us the importance of living in the present moment. It teaches us to focus on the journey, rather than the destination. This includes celebrating our progress, rather than waiting for perfection. Celebrating progress is about acknowledging our efforts and accomplishments. It is about recognizing the small victories along the way. It is about understanding that growth and improvement are ongoing processes. They do not have a finite endpoint. When we celebrate progress, we cultivate a mindset of gratitude and appreciation. We focus on what we have achieved, rather than what we have not. We find joy in the present moment, rather than always looking to the future. Stoicism encourages us to let go of our attachment to perfection. Perfection is an unattainable standard. It is a moving target that can never be reached. When we celebrate progress, we free ourselves from the pressure of perfection. We embrace the idea that growth is a journey, not a destination. Celebrating progress also helps us stay motivated and focused. It reminds us of why we started our journey in the first place. It gives us the energy and determination to keep moving forward. It helps us overcome challenges and setbacks. Progress is not about being perfect. It is about being better than we were yesterday. It is about learning and growing and evolving. It is about embracing the journey, with all its ups and downs. Celebrate your progress, and watch as your life becomes richer and more fulfilling. You will find that you are more content, more at peace, and more in tune with your true self. Learn from failure. Failure is often seen as a negative experience. It is seen as a sign of inadequacy or incompetence. But Stoicism teaches us a different perspective. It teaches us that failure is an opportunity for growth and learning. Learning from failure starts with accepting that failure is a natural part of life. It is not something to be avoided or feared. It is something to be embraced and learned from. When we learn from failure, we turn our setbacks into stepping stones. We use them as opportunities to grow and improve. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control. We cannot control the outcome of our actions, but we can control our response to failure. We can choose to see it as a learning experience, rather than a reflection of our worth. When we learn from failure, we cultivate a mindset of resilience and perseverance. We understand that setbacks are temporary. They do not define us. They are simply challenges to be overcome. Learning from failure also helps us develop self-compassion. It reminds us that we are human. We make mistakes. We have weaknesses. But these do not diminish our worth. They make us who we are. Failure is not the end of the journey. It is a detour. It is an opportunity to learn and grow. Embrace failure as a teacher. Use it as a tool for self-improvement. You will find that you are more resilient, more adaptable, and more at peace with yourself. Practice self-compassion. Self-compassion is the practice of treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. It is about acknowledging our struggles and challenges. It is about forgiving ourselves for our mistakes and failures. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-compassion in our journey towards personal growth. Practicing self-compassion starts with self-awareness. It starts with recognizing our thoughts and feelings. It starts with understanding that we are human. We have strengths and weaknesses. We have successes and failures. Stoicism encourages us to let go of our attachment to external validation. We cannot control how others perceive us, but we can control how we perceive ourselves. When we practice self-compassion, we focus on our own worth and value. We find contentment and fulfillment within ourselves. Self-compassion is not a sign of weakness or indulgence. It is a sign of strength and wisdom. It is about understanding that we deserve kindness and understanding. It is about treating ourselves with the same compassion we would offer to a friend. Practice self-compassion, and watch as your life becomes richer and more fulfilling. You will find that you are more content, more at peace, and more in tune with your true self.